Memorial Day. It is, in fact, a holiday. There will be picnics and parades and barbecues and baseball games, from the big leagues to the little leagues. Over the weekend, we watched the Cavaliers clinch a berth in the NBA Finals and saw the 100th running of the Indy 500. I hope you've enjoyed a little time with friends and family and a little time off from work. It is also my sincere hope that at some point today, you think about the stranger, that person you've never met before, who put their life in harm's way and made the ultimate sacrifice defending our country so that you and I could enjoy this holiday and a ball game. Indians baseball is next. It is a baseball night in Ohio, and a beautiful one at that. On this Memorial Day, the Cleveland Indians meet the Texas Rangers here at Progressive Field for the first time this year. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Indians coming off a series loss at the hands of the Baltimore Orioles, knocking them out of first place temporarily. And now they'll meet the first place Texas Rangers from the American League's Western Division, team playing very good baseball right now. Josh Tomlin will go to the hill for the Tribe, and he's put himself in some very elite company already this year.
Well, he's the guy you want on the mound after a loss is Josh Tomlin. 12-0 after 14 starts when the Indians have lost, and he's been out there, and what he does, he keeps hitters off balance. He controls the edge of the plates. He changes speeds. He keeps the ball off the barrel of the bat, and he's done a great job to this point this season. You look at the three guys that are still undefeated with the most wins and no losses: Jake Arrieta, Steven Strasburg, and our own Josh Tomlin.
Rick, as often as the case in baseball, when you play a team is as important as how you're playing. And for Texas last year, they ran into Jason Kipnis at the wrong time of the season because he was blistering the ball in the month of May.
He certainly was. 51 hits in the month of May last year, and a lot of that happened to the Texas Rangers. And Kipnis just had a great two series against them, and hopefully he can continue that on into this year because they need him. When you look at his stats last year, 13 for 27. He had three hit games. He had 3 doubles, a triple. He was a lot of fun to watch swinging the bat last May.
And hopefully Kipnis continues that here tonight as the Indians take on the Texas Rangers in the first of 3 games this week. When we come back, Andre Knott will get the thoughts of some of the Indians players on this Memorial Day here in Cleveland. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Fox Sports honors our fallen warriors. A born leader and athlete, Brendan Looney enrolled in the U.S. Naval Academy, where he led their lacrosse team to the national title game. He later completed SEAL training at the top of his class, receiving their highest distinction, the Honor Man Award. But in 2010, after completing 59 missions with SEAL Team 3, Brendan was killed in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan. Fox Sports honors Lieutenant Brendan Looney.
Just about ready for baseball here this evening at Progressive Field. And before tonight's first pitch, let's go downstairs to Andre Nunn.
Thanks, Matt. Memorial Day is another day that Major League Baseball has gone out of its way to say thank you to those that matter the most to everyone out here. You'll see the players with the camouflage hats. You'll see the piping of the word Indians on the Indians uniform with camouflage. But when you go inside the clubhouse, you find out and realize to the players, there's more to Memorial Day than just wearing the uniform. Here's tonight's Hear Right Sounds of the Game.
Can I just say thanks to our troops, those who, fought that good fight and made it really possible for us to be out here and do what we love to do. I know it's tough on those families, but I'm just thankful for somebody paying the price.
This is a day where we remember the men and women who've made this country great. They're the reason why we can put on this uniform and do the things that we do. So big thanks to them, and happy Memorial Day.
And the players tonight will be wearing their traditional home whites and road grays, but the uniforms will be trimmed in the woodland camouflage. And of course wear the hats as well in that same motif. And we're just about ready for game time. Let's take a look at the starting lineup that Josh Tomlin will face tonight for the Texas Rangers. Honor manager Jeff Bannister. It's Jurickson Profar leading it off, followed by Ian Desmond. Prince Fielder batting third. Adrian Beltre in the cleanup spot. Nomar Mazara, boy, as he burst onto the scene and helped the Rangers in a big way, batting fifth. Mitch Moreland sixth. Then it's Elvis Andrus, Ryan Rua, local product, and Brian Holiday batting ninth.
And today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher is Josh Tomlin for the Indians. Josh still undefeated, 7-0, 335 earned run average. The 31-year-older has been terrific for the Indians, especially after a loss throughout the course of the last couple of years. He is 1-0 in his career against the Texas Rangers in 2 games started, and we will give you more on him in a moment. Let's check out the defense brought to you by Jeep. It stacks up this way. It'll be Ramirez in left, Davis is in center, Bird over and right. It'll be Uribe at third, Lindor at short, Kipnis is at second, Napoli at first with Gomes behind the plate.
Game time temperature this evening is 79 degrees under crystal clear skies. But with the 4 o'clock start, there may be some shadow issues for the hitters to deal with in the early going. Jurickson Profar leads off, and he takes a called strike. Did I say 4 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 6.
It's 6. Feels like 4.
You're right.
And Josh Tomlin misses down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Profar, a switch hitter.
Remember when this young man made his debut here in Cleveland? Back in 2012, hit a home run in his very first at bat, doubled in his second, went down the left field line, and has been injured over the last couple of years.
Swings and fouls it out of play on the left side. The umpires tonight: Manny Gonzalez behind the plate, Gabe Morales at first, Trip Gibson at second, the crew chief Hunter Wendelstedt down at third. Just threw the bat at it, pops it into shallow left, and it will be a base hit and maybe more. Profar, a big turn, but he'll hold with a leadoff single as Ramirez got to it quickly.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that pitch right there if you're Josh Tomlin except tip your hat. This guy did a nice job of just staying on the baseball and getting the bat to it and bloops it in. I mean, that wasn't even close to being a strike, but he got enough of it to just bloop it in. I thought Lindor was going to get there. He did not. It'll be a leadoff single.
So Jerickson Profar aboard, and Rick, when he made contact, it sounded like he swung a little tree branch at that ball.
He was so far out front, but just able to get enough of it.
Now here is Ian Desmond. And he takes down low ball 1.
Desmond, a late addition to this ball club. This guy was a free agent last year and went throughout the whole winter before signing with the Texas Rangers. They started him as a shortstop. He played shortstop for the Nats last year, had a nice year. He's a very good offensive player. Started playing left field for Texas and is now in center field.
The reason that Jerickson Profar is playing tonight, the reason he's up with the big league club, is that Rougned Odor is serving his 7-game suspension for that melee with the Toronto Blue Jays that involved Jose Bautista. You've all probably seen the video by now in which Odor landed a pretty good right punch. That ball is hammered and deep, and it is gone. Ian Desmond puts Texas on the board first with a 2-run homer to the bleachers in left field. 7th home run of the year for Ian Desmond. RBIs number 29 and 30. And boy, has he been a welcome addition for Texas.
Yeah, well, this guy can hit. There's no question about it. Now, think about it. In Josh's last start, the second pitch of the game went for a solo home run in Chicago, but that looked like a high cutter that stayed on the inner part of the plate. That one he didn't have a good feel for, and it wasn't located well. So Texas is going to play from in front at 2-0.
That'll bring up the struggling Prince Fielder. Fielder hitting just 197. Yesterday he homered. It was his first home run since April 19th. A career high 34-game homerless drought for Prince Fielder. As we check out our stat of the game, brought to you by Buick.
Boy, what a difference, huh?
It's kind of mystifying to most because Fielder has been so consistent throughout his career. Had the neck injury.
Yeah, you got to go back and say, did that take any power away from him, or
do
what?
Wonder. He pops up here on the infield, 1 away.
For the Rangers batting forward, number 29.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Beware of Beltre in a big spot. He has always swung the bat well against the Indians, in particular in RBI situations. And against Derek Holland, the left-hander, we'll see if the Indians can use that opposite field approach and have some success.
Well, you talk about Beltre. He just drove in his 1500th career run, which is some kind of milestone. Not many third basemen have done that. George Brett, Mike Schmidt. Not many.
Beltre.
Oh, that's right. Don't forget Chipper Jones. He is the 4th. That's pretty good company you're keeping right there.
Swung on and missed. He chased one in the dirt. And Tomlin gets his first strikeout. 2 down in the inning.
Let's make this our Circle K strikeout on the curveball. Bounces it in front of the plate. You can see Beltre going after it. A little game of cat and mouse after that ensues. He's acting like he's going to run to first. He said, "Who am I, kid? Just tag me."
Here is Nomar Mazara out of the Dominican Republic. They call him the Big Chill. He's got that perfect baseball player disposition. He's always steady as she goes. Big kid at 6'4". Swung on and missed.
Well, he took the place of Shin-Soo Choo when he injured himself. And this kid has done a really nice job for him.
He's only 21 years old. But I said it to you before the game. The Texas Rangers, they seem to just shake a tree and find hitters. Their organization always seems to have young hitters that come up, step right in, and rake.
Yes, they do. They have for years and years, and that's a place. That's a nice place to hit if you're an offensive player as well. That wide open stance.
Just missed outside. And the count goes full. The 3-2 pitch. There's a little tapper to the mound. Tomlin with the underhand flip. And the inning is over. But Texas jumps out right out of the gate. A 2-run homer by Ian Desmond, and the Rangers have the early lead. Up tonight, presented by Progressive. Rajai Davis leading it off. Jason Kipnis will bat second. Then it's Francisco Lindor, Mike Napoli, Carlos Santana, and Jose Ramirez. Juan Uribe, Marlon Byrd, and Yan Gomes. 8 right-handed bats in there tonight.
And tonight's Northern Ohio Hyundai starting pitchers: Derek Collin, 29-year-old left-hander, grew up about 130 miles south of Cleveland in Newark, Ohio, outside of Columbus.
Ball one outside of Rajai Davis. Rajai has picked up a hit in 3 straight games, 4 for his last 11 at the plate. He's also just picked up the pace offensively overall in his last 14 games. He's hitting just a shade over 300 with 11 runs batted in and 14 runs scored.
Well, Holland working quickly today. He's 3-1 in his career against the Indians. He's pitched well in this ballpark. 2-0 out of his 3 starts.
Curveball, and he got him swinging.
Let's check that Rangers defense for you behind Holland tonight. It's Rua in left field, Desmond in center. Mazzara is over in right. Beltre at third, Andrus at short, Profar is at second, Beltre at first, Holiday behind the plate.
There is Jason Kipnis, the lone left-handed hitter in the lineup. And a fastball strike for Derek Holland. Holland doesn't have the kind of fastball power that he once had earlier in his career. So the key for him now is, can he transition to more of that finesse pitcher and really be able to locate when he needs to?
That's what it comes down to. When you lose a little bit on that fastball, it's all a matter of locating the heater, and then everything falls off of that.
Didn't mean to, but he fouls it off. It's 1-2.
You know, Holland has really struggled in the month of May. He's 0-3 with an ERA just under 10, 9.67. Giving up 28 hits in 17 2/3 innings, 20 runs allowed, 6 walks and only 7 strikeouts. Every time we saw this guy in the past, he's always pitched awfully well against the Indians.
Rick, he hasn't left a game with the lead in the month of May.
I know it. But you know, offensively, when they score him more than 3 runs, that's when all his 3 wins have come.
Kipnis down on strikes. Off-speed pitch for Holland, and he strikes out the first 2 hitters of the game. Oh, this was a curveball again, or more of a slider.
That's a little
slider.
Yeah, it was like either a cutter or a slider. I agree. And away, pretty good location there.
Early in his career, he was pretty much power fastball and power slider, but with the shoulder problems, he hasn't had the same type of sharp slider that he had early in his career when he could just dominate lineups. Missed up high with a slow curve to Francisco Lindor. And that fastball up high. That's about his best bolt at 93 miles an hour. Which is plenty effective enough if, as a pitcher, you can locate it. And again, he's up high with the heater. And a count 3-0 to Lindor.
Well, you can see Lindor has had a terrific year against left-handed pitching. And go figure, you know, they don't make that perfect pitch when they're hitting so well. And he walks him on 4 straight.
Yep.
Strikes out the first 2 guys and couldn't throw a strike to Lindor.
Our great clip of the game from yesterday, Mike Napoli went down and golfed one to the bleachers in left field. Napoli with his team-leading 10th home run and also tops on the club with 35 runs batted in. But for the second time in 3 games, the Indians lost on the same score to Baltimore 6-4, and they had chances yesterday late to come back and try and tie it or win it, but couldn't get that clutch hit late. So with Lindor aboard, Napoli facing one of his old clubs here, the Rangers. And first pitch strike. Napoli, who began last year in Boston and really struggled, when he went to Texas, it was as though he rediscovered himself. Swung the bat very well down the stretch for the Rangers as they won the Western Division. And I think it gave Napoli belief that, okay, there's still a lot left in the tank. He probably had some doubts as to where his career was at before that. Fouled right back. He's been a very welcome addition to the Indians team this year. And everybody without fail that we've talked to that has played with him in the past has said he's my favorite teammate.
Yeah, well, you earn that, you know, when you've been around. And what has he been to the playoffs 7 of the last 9 years?
Popped up foul, that will get out of play. '51 career playoff games for Mike Napoli. He's got a battle here down 0-2 and a smash to third. Beltre backs up. He'll go to second, and that will end the inning. After 1, it's Texas 2, Cleveland 0. And that man, Mitch Moreland, will lead it off for the Rangers. Moreland with 6 homers, 21 driven in on the year, 9 doubles. A little bit low, 2-0.
Not having that type of year that he had last year where he hit 278 with 23 homers and 85 ribbies. Much slower start to this season.
And a 3-0 pitch looked like he was taken all the way, and it's in there for a strike. Fouled that off of his foot, and the count now full at 3-2. Rangers are a season high 8 games over 500, and yesterday moved a half game ahead of Seattle and took over sole possession of first place in the American League's Western Division.
Yeah, coming here from Texas, where they won 2 out of their last 3 series, but they lost the first game and won the last 2 against the Angels and then Pittsburgh as well.
Hit in the air to center field, where Rajay Davis moves over toward left and grabs it, 1 away. Let's go down to Andre for more on the Indians and Josh Tomlin.
One of the things his teammates told me in talking to him over the last couple of days is it's fun to play behind him because, well, there's not time to look up in the stands and see how many people are here. There's no time to talk about your batting. You know you have to stay on the balls of your feet and be ready because Tomlin gets on that mound and he goes quick. The other thing that they truly respect about him is his work ethic. They said no matter who's pitching, no matter who's hitting, no matter if you're coming back from an injury, he's always the first guy to cheer you and know what happened in your at bat. And I think guys appreciate that at the end of the day.
No doubt he's been a terrific teammate since day one. He was quiet and respectful when he arrived as a rookie, and he's always maintained that same demeanor.
You got to love the way he pitches. He gets the ball. He doesn't walk around. He just gets the ball, looks down, gets his sign, and go. You love that as a defender.
In the hole, diving attempt by Napoli, but couldn't quite get there. And Elvis Andrus picking up after he had his 27-game hit streak snapped here in the final game he played in Cleveland a year ago when he went 0 for 2. He's got a hit here in his first at bat this year.
Well, it doesn't surprise you because he's over a 400 hitter in this ballpark. It's just something about it. Maybe because of the kind of start he got off to with all that hitting streak, not only here but back in Texas. When he first came up to the big leagues, he just has confidence in this ballpark. I guarantee you he would love to play here. Everything just seems so natural for him in this ballpark.
Amherst, Ohio's Ryan Rua steps in now. Rua off to a terrific start, batting .284. And a big swing and a miss. Rua was a 17th round pick in 2011. Made his major league debut back in 2014 and a handful of games last year. Went to Steele High and then Lake Erie College.
You can see Andrus looking over there at first base saying that sun is tough to see. It is a bright sunny day today.
Foul back out of play.
That first baseman and the base runner looking at the pitcher, so it may be tough to pick him up in his moves. Andrus normally a very good base stealer. Only he's 4 out of 7 this year. But boy, when he first came up, he could swipe him with the best of them.
Despite the fact that he is a right-handed hitter, Ryan Rua getting the start tonight against the right-hander Josh Tomlin in favor of the left-handed hitting Jared Hoyne. And one of the reasons for that is that manager Jeff Bannister felt like with all right-handers in the series for the Indians going against Texas, he felt like this was the best matchup for Rua to go against Tomlin. Pulls it fair inside the bag at third, and that's going to go all the way down into the corner. Dug out nicely by Ramirez, who'll keep the run from scoring. But Rua into second base with a double.
Well, his thought process was right with his first at bat. A double right over the bag. His 5th double, and it's nice opportunity. Second and third, you kept it fair. They were way off the line for him in that situation, not even close. It rebounds out, so now an opportunity for Holiday to add to that 2-0 lead with 1 out.
And Holiday smashes it to deep center. Back is Davis to make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Elvis Andrus, and it's 3-0 Texas. Holiday's 10th RBI on the year.
There's their 18th sacrifice fly, so that ties the Indians in that department as far as sac flies go as a team. Get it done. That ball hit right on the nose as well.
Well, one of the reasons that Texas is in the position they're in is because of their ability to hit in the clutch. 3rd best team in baseball with runners in scoring position. With 2 outs, they're 2nd best.
Yeah, they're a good come from behind team as well. You know, you always look, and we've talked a lot about this year how the Indians do so well when they get the early lead. Well, Texas does a nice job. I mean, when they score first, they're 16-8. But when the opposition scores first, they're 13-13. So they've got the knack to come back to where the Indians are 20-6 when they score first and 6-16 when the opposition does.
Rushed foul. Yeah, yesterday their 14th come from behind win of the season, matching Baltimore and San Francisco for 2nd most in the majors. Milwaukee actually has the most at 15 come from behind wins. Tomlin trying to get out of the jam here. It's up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was saying before, Jurickson and Profar playing because Rougned Odor serving that 7-game suspension. So Texas is playing a man short because with the suspension to Odor, they can't add a player, so they're playing with a 24-man roster. Fouled right back.
And that his suspension was reduced to what, 7 games, I believe.
That is correct. That suspension will end on June the 4th. He'll be eligible to return.
That'll be what, Saturday.
A 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. And it's in the dirt, blocked by Gomes.
Right now you see Tomlin searching for some of those pitches because he's going deep into a lot of counts where normally he's a guy that 3 pitches or less, he gets him to put the ball in play or make something happen. And today he's been deep into a few counts. You look at it here, we're in just the 2nd inning and he's at 39 pitches.
One thing Texas does well, Rick, they don't necessarily see a lot of pitches in terms of working the count, but they will foul a lot of pitches off.
As good hitting teams
they
do.
They can run up a pitch count that way.
Already through the first time through, 4 guys with 5 pitches or more.
Well, here's the payoff to Profar. Another foul ball. 3-0 Texas here in the second inning. And this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Profar. And again, he just spoiled it.
That's what he did his first time up, where he got that base hit to left field. He found a way to put it in play. You know, as a pitcher, look at that. That ball, I mean, you get a piece of it to stay alive. You'd rather see the big swingers if you're Josh Tomlin up there. Guys that can take you deep because they have holes and they can be pitched to. This guy right here, he can hit anything from his helmet to his toes.
You just kind of almost hope he mishits it. Pops it up maybe. Pulls it in the hole. Backhanded by Napoli. And a flip to Tomlin ends the inning. But Texas tacks on another. Middle of the second. Rangers 3, Indians nothing. Get the bats rolling here. Second inning. Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez, Juan Uribe due up. Santana, the switch hitting DH. Takes up high, ball one. A routine chopper to short. One away.
Well, Indians baseball is live with the MLB.com at-bat app. You can stay connected all season with radio broadcast, video highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
Jose Ramirez, a switch hitter. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Here in the early going, at least, Holland does not look like the pitcher who has had struggles this year. He looks pretty sharp. Ramirez pops it in the air to center. Drifting back, Desmond on to the warning track. And that is out number 2. Make a difference this summer and Bike to Cure in Velasano takes place July 29th through the 31st. Every dollar raised advances cancer research at Cleveland Clinic. Team up, get involved at velasano.org. Juan Uribe. Uribe with 2 down and the base is empty. Swings at the first pitch. He pops it up for a base hit. And the Indians have a 2-out single here in the second inning.
Almost looked like Holland. You could see him slow down that arm speed there on the very first pitch. And it's a breaking ball. Looked like a little slider away that Uribe. He's been swinging the bat much better. He'll get the first hit for the Indians. A 2-out single here in the second.
Well, they had a 2-out base runner in the first. Now they'll try again here in the second with Marlon Byrd stepping in. And Byrd shoots one off to the right. And he shoots one right field near the line. Mazzara won't get it. It is a fair ball in the corner. Coming around third, Byrd will pull into second with a double as Uribe had to stop at third base. And so Indians at second and third with 2 down here in the inning.
Well, look at Byrd going the other way. Stayed on it nicely. It stays fair down the right field line. Marlin gets his 6th double. And that was a pretty good pitch down. He started that 9th inning yesterday with a base hit to right center field going that way the other way. So now the unfortunate thing, there's 2 outs here, but it's going to leave it up to Yan Gomes with an opportunity here for an Indian to get a base hit and get right back in the ball game.
Well, despite Yan Gomes' struggles, this is one category where he has thrived this year. Batting .364 with runners in scoring position, and it's ball 1 up high. Even with a 2-0 count, it's a pretty safe bet that Gomes will eventually put this ball in play one way or the other. He has walked only 6 times in 148 plate appearances.
Yeah, he's not a guy that will walk. He always puts it in play and he always swings.
And he swings and drives one to right field, but it's going to be caught by Mazzara, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left after 2. Texas 3, Cleveland 0. Driver's seat on Josh Tomlin after an Indians loss. In his last 14 starts, he is 12-0 with a 2.72 ERA. And a reminder that he's already given up 3 runs here tonight. So this has been far from usual so far for Tomlin.
He just right now has to reel it in and do what you know, over on Friday and yesterday the pitchers have to do. You have to put zeros on the board.
That's hit a long way deep, and it is off the top of the wall. Played well by Davis, and Desmond into second base with a double. So he homered his first at bat and just missed, hitting a second homer right there.
Now, whatever Ian Desmond's doing, he's seeing the baseball very well from Josh Tomlin. This ball was hit high, and it just misses getting out of here. High off the left center field wall. Comes right back down to Davis. So Desmond gets his 13th double. And Texas right back at it again. Yes, he did.
Went around, strike one. Fielder popped up on the infield his first time up. Good block by Gomes. 1-1. Prince Fielder had 14 runs batted in as of April the 21st. Since then, and he was tied for second in the American League. Since then, he has driven in a total of just 12. And he gets the runner over to third base. That was his job. He gets it done. 1 away. We'll see how the Indians play this with Adrian Beltre coming to the plate.
Well, I'll tell you what, with a guy that has 1,500, he's had his opportunities. He will find a way to get it in. It looks like they're going to bring the infield in.
Yep.
But these are runs. If you're the team in front early in the ball game, if you can add on and keep going, that does wonders for you. Middle part, late part of the ball game. And for Josh, he would love to get a pop up or a strikeout here and keep him on third base, keep him stranded.
But a low ball 1. Beltre at the end of the first, well, actually halfway through the first month of this season, signed a contract extension for 2 years that'll keep him in a Rangers uniform through the 2018 season.
That's pretty good right there. 11 out of 15 times he's been able to get him in. Remember, he swung and bounced one the first time up.
Slowly chopped, backhanded nicely by Lindor. Has to wait, and then Beltre beats the play at first.
Well, he couldn't get anything on the throw, and he had to check the runner. Desmond going down, he had to make sure he was going back because it sort of froze him when it was hit there. So yeah, I understand he couldn't make the throw when he wanted to. Watch how he continues and watch how he looks Desmond back, because he could stay off because third baseman wasn't back. And then he tried to make the throw across probably a little bit too late and had to be perfect. So it's first and third, and now you do have a double play in order.
Nomar Mazara will be the batter. pops it up.
That shouldn't get it done.
Lindor calling off. Uribe makes the catch in foul ground. And there are 2 away.
Well, that's a big out right there for Josh Tomlin.
Now approaching the plate.
Now a chance to get out of it.
Number 18, Mitch Moreland.
Yeah, we'll bring up Mitch Moreland, who flied out to center. His first time up. Moreland, 30 years old, in his 7th major league season. And takes a look at a first pitch strike. Fouls that right back. One of Mitch Moreland's biggest challenges in the big leagues has been staying on the field. He's missed time with a hamstring strain a couple of different times. He had an ankle issue that knocked him out of action in 2014, and then last year he had elbow surgery. Missed a big chunk of the early part of the season. First and third, 2 down, and the 0-2 pitch. Moreland almost chased after it, but held up.
Nice pick by Gomes. You sit at first base there and you look for that ball in the dirt, but he picks the short hop, and it has to keep that runner at first. See, got that body in motion and did a nice job of picking it.
And the 1-2 in the dirt again. Josh Tomlin allowed 2 in the first, 1 in the second. He's trying to hold him at bay here in the third. Desmond led off with a double, went to third on a ground ball. Couldn't score on the infield hit by Beltre. Lazara then popped up. And with 2 out, he's trying to put Moreland away. Couldn't get him to chase those back-to-back curveballs that were in the dirt.
He's been trying to bounce him down there and get swings and misses. He has 6 that have been in the dirt.
Little tapper back toward the mound. Tomlin has it. He'll throw to first, hit him in the back. And the umpire says no interference.
Well, let's see where he was running on that line there. Was he out of that 45-foot box down there? We'll take a look. If they're running on the inside part of that line and you hit him, he should be out. Now, I don't know if he was. Let's take a look. If he's inside it, he's good. He's on the line, he's good. He's good. He's all right.
Now, he's outside that line.
Well,
right
he's
there.
on. Let's see.
He's clearly outside.
That step was.
He was inside the line, but then right at the end, he veered into the path of the throw. Clearly.
He's inside right here.
He's good, and then watch right here. He goes to the inside. Both feet are inside that line.
Josh hit him right in the back of the head, and that's exactly what Tito's talking about right now. And this being in front of the umpires is not a reviewable play. That's where the umpires have to see it, or they'll have to convene and talk about it.
Yep. Terry basically telling him he was wrong.
Well,
I have to agree with him. If the runner's on the inside part of the line, he can't be there. He's in the line of the throw. He's fine right there, but right now, right there, you can see his body language. He pushes inside the line, and he's clearly in the line of the throw right there. And now Terry Francona's coming back for more.
Was he tossed?
Yeah, he was ejected. We were watching a replay, and I guess he got the heave-ho.
Well, we've seen that a couple of times this year, Matt, where, you know, the
Hunter Wendelstedt is the crew chief. He's trying to come in and serve as peacemaker. Manny Gonzalez is trying to walk away because Terry Francona's given him an earful. And frankly, I think Gonzalez has realized he probably blew the call because he didn't have much to say.
Yeah, he's telling him, look at the scoreboard right now, and he's ignoring him.
I don't understand how that call can be missed. It's pretty easy to look. If he's inside the line and the throw is made and it hits him.
Okay, that's where Tito got ejected from this ball game. It'll go as an error on Tomlin.
And it's a 4-0 Texas
Boy, and that
lead.
was an easy play really to get out of the inning.
Ball one to Elvis Andrus.
Yeah.
So Brad Mills will take over for the rest of the game. And there's a liner to left. That'll drop for a hit. They're going to wave him home. Here comes Ramirez up with the throw. And it is not in time.
Took him a little bit to get rid of that ball. He took about a couple steps too many right there coming in on the one-hop throw. Even though it might have been close, you had Beltre coming in. So now they're really starting to open it up. It was a one-hop throw, a perfect one for Beltre. You get it before he gets to the base, and you didn't get rid of it all that quickly. It's a one-hop throw, but it's offline. Well, there they will get a base hit here and add on to it. So now it's a 5-0 ball game. Andrus 2 for 2.
Ryan Rua cuts and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right back to him. Tomlin knocks it down and throws him out. So a bad call, or at least that's the way it appears here in the third, allows the Rangers to open it up. They lead it 5-0. That was on the field before the ball game, and all veterans in attendance being saluted by the crowd here as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. And a reminder to stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Derek Harlan can go back out there now with a 5-run lead and sort of take a little deeper breath.
Rajay swings, pops it up on the infield. And the second baseman Profar has it 1 down. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. For Texas, their position players, Shin-Soo Choo and Drew Stubbs, a couple of former Indians, both on the DL. But with Choo down, boy, Mazzara has come in like a house on fire. Robinson Chirinos is getting closer to returning, and then Texas will have a decision to make, because the 2 catchers they currently have on their roster are both without options remaining.
Well, and you rarely see a team with 3 catchers. Unless one can play somewhere else as well.
And Rick, as Kipnis smokes one toward right field, back is Mazzara, and he'll make the catch. Catching is one of those positions that it would be unlikely that, should they put one of those guys out there, that they would clear waivers.
Well, right. I totally agree with that. Cincinnati's a team that comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, there's some teams around, you're right, that could certainly use another catcher.
But somebody will be an odd man out soon. Right now, Derek Holland is cruising, and Francisco Lindor, who walked on 4 pitches his first time up, steps to the plate. Lindor with a liner to right into the chest of Mazzara for out number 3. 7 pitches, and Holland breezes through the third.
Honors our fallen warriors. A native San Diegan, Jennifer Marino loved the outdoors and helping other people. After earning her nursing degree and being commissioned in the Army, Jennifer was deployed to Afghanistan with Special Operations Command as part of a cultural support team to engage Afghan women. But in 2013, Jennifer was killed by an IED blast when enemy forces attacked her unit. Fox Sports honors Captain Jennifer Marino.
And on this day, I think it's important to remember the words of the late Bob Feller, the most decorated veteran in Cleveland Indians franchise history, who would always interrupt people and say, please don't refer to me as a hero. The heroes are the ones who did not come home.
Exactly.
Brian Holiday takes it's a little bit outside, 2-0. Holiday drove in a run with a sac fly in the second inning. Got in on him and a foul back. Pop back into the seats. Onto the netting. Down she rolls. Punched into right field, and a base hit for Brian Holiday as Texas gets their leadoff man aboard here in the fourth inning. Let's go down to Andre Knott, who is with a guy who one day hopes to join the Indians on this big league field.
That's exactly who we're with Clint Frazier, the #1 pick for the Indians in 2013. Clint's playing down in Akron for the Rubber Ducks on the DL right now, but decided to come down and check out the Indians. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. You're on the DL right now with the hamstring injury, but you're saying everything's going to be all right with that.
Yeah, I'm back in the lineup tomorrow.
Well, that's all we need to know. Now you're hitting over 300. What has changed for Clint Frazier this year down in Akron?
You know, just maturing as a player. You know, I've been one of the youngest guys in the league every year, and finally been able to go out there and feel comfortable with the guys that I'm with, and just, you know, make a lot of mental adjustments. Not too many physical, but just mainly mental. Still
hitting the home runs, has 6 home runs, 21 RBI in Akron right now in first place. How fun has it been to play in the Eastern League?
It's a lot of fun. You know, I think we got the best record in minor league baseball right now, and you know, it's a team full of good group of guys. So for us to go out there and win the games like we are, it's fun to be around.
Now for Clint, not only is he here enjoying Memorial Day, he brought his father with him. So this is the first time your father's been able to be with you since you signed with the Tribe, right?
Yeah, back in 2013.
So how cool has it been to have your dad here with you and kind of enjoy this?
It's an awesome experience. I mean, you know, this is the goal, to be on the field one day and him in the stands watch me play. So for us to, you know, be able to enjoy this together is a good father-son experience.
I know when you and I talked last spring, Brandon Moss helped you out a lot. You guys are from the same hometown. Still talk to Brandon. How much can he help you as you're kind of going through the levels?
Yeah, I mean, I spent the whole offseason with Brandon. You know, I'm sad to see him go to St. Louis, but, you know, it was a good opportunity for him. And, you know, he's a guy that's just able it's good for me to be able to talk to. I mean, he's been in the league for a while, and for him to be able to give me some knowledge is something that I'm very fortunate for.
All right, he's got the hat on backwards, boys, but I think he knows what team to cheer for when it comes to the NBA Finals. Clint, you want to show him who's on the back of that hat?
Andre, is he being mauled by his female fans down there? What happened to his shirt?
That's what happened to the shirt. That's what these young kids do now. That's called style, right, Clint?
If that's what you want to call it.
Clint, we appreciate you stopping by, man. Good luck. Hope to see you up here very soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
We'll see Andre in one of those shirts tomorrow.
Here is Prince Fielder 0 for 2 with a runner at second base and 2 out. And Tomlin misses outside, ball 1. If you're a Cavaliers fan, you have to watch tonight, don't you? You have to watch just to see
who they're going to play.
Get
absolutely,
the whole deal.
No question. Yes, yes, indeed. 9 o'clock tip time tonight.
When I watched the game the other night, Rick, I didn't know how to feel as Golden State mounted that terrific comeback when Klay Thompson shot the lights out. I didn't know. It was awe-inspiring, but I didn't know if it was good or bad. Coming around third, Holiday is going to score as Prince Fielder makes it 6-0 Texas on a 2-out RBI single. The Rangers offensively continue to swing the bats well.
Well, already with 9 hits. I mean, they're just doing everything. They're hitting everything, even on great pitches with balls down out of the strike zone. They're finding a way to put it into play, and this is by far the worst start for Josh Tomlin this year. And even when you go back to last year when he came back the second half.
Yeah, out comes Mickey Callaway. Bullpen was up last inning. Tomlin already over 70 pitches. And Adrian Beltre will be the batter. Well, as I said before, and there's another 2-out clutch hit. They were second in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position and 2 out coming in. Overall, with runners in scoring position, the 3rd best team in baseball, and they're already 3 for 9 here tonight. Austin Adams up for the 2nd time. You know, in Texas, they're in 1st place, but they're far from a perfect team. They've got some bullpen issues that they've had to sort through. Their closer that they started the season with is the closer no more, and they're trying to piece things together in their bullpen.
There are no perfect teams,
but I guess you look at it and they're a team that can out-hit some of their shortcomings.
Well, they got to the playoffs last year, and you know, you try and piece it together, and they've got a very good ball club. A lot of people pick them to, you know, to repeat and go back. And I'll tell you one thing that they do, and they did last year with Houston being in their division and Houston making the playoffs. They dominate the Houston Astros and have for the last 2 years.
I think one of the reasons that prognosticators like Texas is they've got a pretty potent 1-2 punch with Cole Hamels, who will go in the series finale. Just suffered his 1st loss of the season his last time out, and now what appears to be a healthy Yu Darvish.
Well, came back, made his 1st start. What was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
So we will miss him here.
Hit to 3rd, backhanded. Uribe knocked it down. I thought he came up with it cleanly, but it hit in the heel of the glove and didn't stick. And so Beltre is aboard the ball. I don't know what happened there. It gets away, and down to 3rd goes Prince Fielder.
Well, you got to give. I didn't see what happened. I was giving Beltre a base hit on that ball that Uribe just didn't feel cleanly. It stayed there, and he wasn't going to make the throw across. But maybe they flipped it into that sun. Did you lose it in the sun? Let's see. Yeah, that's it. You can't see the ball in that sun. And you flipped it to him, and he had to go after it. That's where they're. That's why I was saying it's so tough to see over there. I guess you give Tomlin the error. Oh, so okay, that was not a base hit. It's an error on Uribe and then an error on Tomlin. 2 errors on Uribe.
It doesn't really matter. Tomlin's out of the ball game, and we've got a timeout as the Rangers are rolling 6-0. The Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen is for Austin Adams, who's coming into the ball game with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. For Josh Tomlin tonight in any phase of the equation. 2 batters into the game, it was 2-0. Gave up a run on the second inning. A bad call by the umpire cost him a couple more in the third. And now just a really strange turn of events with 2 outs here in the fourth. Another run in. Now there are runners at first and third, and Austin Adams is into the ballgame. Nomar Mazara 0 for 2 in the ballgame. And it's outside, ball 1. Nice. Ball is hit a ton, and forget about it. That's in the trees.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Nomar Mazara with a crushing 2-out, 3-run homer, making it a 4-run fourth for Texas. This guy has some serious power.
That ball went up into the second row of trees.
That wasn't in the bushes. That was in the trees.
Holy smokes. I'm telling you, that ball was hammered. You get the fastball, gives him some swinging room. It goes to straightaway center. And watch how high it gets up into those trees. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen one hit up there before.
Not by anybody not named Tomey. That's why they call him the Big Chill, though, Rick. He's got that nice, smooth, easy swing. And that ball jumps off his bat.
So that closes the book on Tomlin. He gives up 8 in today's ball game.
Officially, they say 438 feet.
The ruler broke at 438.
There's Mitch Moreland. And he smacks one in the left. Ramirez back and makes the catch on the front edge of the warning track to end the inning. Well, it's Texas 9, Cleveland nothing as we make our way to the bottom of the fourth. Fourth inning, Mike Napoli will lead it off for Cleveland. Plate pops the first pitch into right field. And Mazzara makes the catch, 1 away. T-Mobile greater coverage of baseball. Miguel Sano with his 11th home run yesterday in a 5-4 win for the Twins. Second youngest player in Twins history with a homer in 4 straight games. The other was Kent Hrbek back in 1982.
Yeah, I witnessed that. They're both about the same size. When you talk about Sano and Kent Hrbek.
Kent Hrbek was a big man.
Yes, he was.
Who was it in the World Series he pulled off the bag and tagged him? Was that Ronnie Gant?
I think so, yeah. I think, yes, good call. He nudged off the bag. This is the side of plate where Santana has got to improve here for the Indians. Hitting just 160 from the right side of the plate. He's just 8 for 50.
Have you seen anything that stands out as to why he hasn't?
Not really. No, I have not. I'm sure they've sat and they've witnessed video and gone through a lot of things. But he used to be a much better right-handed hitter.
Average-wise,
yeah,
he was a better hitter from the right side.
Right. Always used to find ways to put it in play. I don't know. You know, maybe it's just one of those years that he's just having a tough time, or at least right now, starting off this year from this side of the plate. As a switch hitter, it is tough to maintain both sides of the plate consistently. Lindor's doing it this year very well. He's much better from the right side of the plate.
Up the middle, but there is the second baseman Profar with that shift on. Rangers had 3 on the left side that time.
Enjoy fee-free access presented by Cleveland Clinic for the games this weekend against Kansas City. When you buy Indians tickets online through June 1st for games June 3rd through the 5th, you won't pay any ticketing fees. Visit Indians.com fee-free for more details.
Jose Ramirez fly to center his only time up. And Derek Holland delivers. It's popped to right, shallow. This is dropping, and it's going to be a hit. And Jose stops at first with a 2-out single. Every base runner the Indians have had in this game have all come with 2 outs.
Well, there's one you just drop in. You can't explain it. You just get there and you're saying, fall, baby, fall. Well, it does. But they're going to need a lot more of those to get back into this game. That's the Indians' 3rd hit. And as you mentioned, with 2 outs, first inning, a 2-out walk. Had a pair of base hits in the second. He had a 1-2-3 third. And you get a 2-out single here in the 4th.
Juan Uribe. Single to left his first time up, takes low and away.
He had a nice 1-2-3 third. That's the only 1-2-3 inning for Holland today.
Slow chopper to short. Inning over. 4 complete. Texas 9, Cleveland nothing. Baseball is brought to you by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. By your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. And by the Cleveland Clinic. Access anytime, anywhere. Well, tough day for the Indians to this point. And we make our way to the 5th inning. And the Tribe goes back to the bullpen. This young man, Ryan Merritt. Opportunity for Merritt here to make his major league debut.
Well, he's been here for a while, so he'll get his opportunity tonight. You see his numbers down at Columbus. 3-4 record, 2.94 ERA, 37 strikeouts. Not an overpowering left-hander. Good changeup. Coming on, I don't care what the score is or what the game is. When you're making your debut, this is it, baby. Let's go. Looking forward to it. So he's coming out. Probably has a few butterflies after watching the way they've been swinging the bat in the first 4 innings.
You know, I wonder, Rick, does it help at all that, you know, he has at least been here for a while. He's been able to sit and watch.
Yeah, probably.
At least get used to his surroundings.
But still, once you get in between the lines, that's when the heart starts beating a little bit faster.
The pulse quickens.
You know what, though? He just has to be himself. And I think once you get out there and throw that first pitch, things start to settle down a little bit.
One week ago today, he got the call up.
Boy, everything Texas is hitting tonight. It's one of those nights. They fall.
Elvis Andrus is 3 for 3 in the ballgame.
Well,
so he has
that's not who you want to face if you come in for your first hitter. Because this guy is Mr. Cleveland. He hits everything in this ballpark. 3 for 3 today. It jammed him. It was a good pitch. Fights it off and gets it in. That's hit number 11 for Texas, the 3rd for Andrus. That's a pretty good job right there. 422 average, 28 of his first 29 career games. He has hit safely in.
Well, Merritt, the lefty, will look to hold Andrus on. And this is a very tough time for that first baseman. And for the runner as well.
The one thing, though, he's not throwing over, nor should he, because they're not running.
No.
So you don't have to worry about it. I'm sure everything will be shut down here.
To third, Uribe to second. There's one on to first. A double play. Ryan Merritt gets the 2 for 1 ball. And there are 2 gone here in the 5th.
That's a play for Texas. Number 8, Brian Holiday.
Up comes Brian Holiday. Drove in a run with a sac fly in the 2nd. He singled and scored in the 4th. Broke his bat. And a routine play for Uribe. The inning is over. So a scoreless first frame for Ryan Merritt in his major league debut. for Cleveland. Marlon Byrd to lead it off. Here's a look at how difficult that spot on the field can be here at this time of day. Normally, this is around that first, second inning for a normal 7 o'clock start.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we have 2 more 6 o'clock starts for the year, and then night games will go to 7:10. Starting Friday.
Kansas City coming to town for a 4-game series starting on Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday, correct. 4-game series.
Marlon Byrd shot a double inside the right field line in the second inning. And the count now 2-2 as Byrd was off balance there. Rangers got Holland too quick in the first. They added 1 on the second. And they've been piling on ever since. He's been able to just kind of go out free and easy. Byrd pulls the hands in, and the Indians have their first base runner with fewer than 2 outs tonight. And the leadoff man aboard here in the 5th.
Well, he thinks he made a good pitch, but Byrd did a beautiful job of bringing the hands in. Watch him get him in there and then extend him. And boy, that pitch was in off the plate, so that really was a really nice job. He just choked up on the bat a little bit. So Byrd 2 for 2.
And here's Yan Gomes, who flied to right with runners at second and third and 2 out in that second inning. Smashes this one to right field. Back goes Mazzara. He's at the wall and makes the catch. And hustling back to first is Byrd, 1 away. Mazzara smooth at the plate, and he looked pretty smooth going back on that ball.
He got back there and realized where he was on the field, and didn't let the wall bother him.
Helps when you're 6'4" too.
Yeah, Gomes hit that ball right on the nose. Again, he hits a line drive. Unfortunate, nothing to show for it.
Rajay Davis 0 for 2. And he cuts and misses. Pulled foul.
Got to send out some birthday wishes. Jack Sedlock of Mineral Ridge is turning 85 today. Jack, happy birthday to you. And Randy and Kathy Crislip of Lorraine celebrating their 40th anniversary. Congratulations.
Bounced in there. And a count of ball and 2 strikes for Rajay Davis. Pop back out of play. Rajay patiently waiting him out, and now a full count.
Holland wants new baseball.
Line drive and a base hit.
Should have kept the old one.
Marlon Byrd stops at second. And the Indians have 2 aboard with 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, good at bat there by Davis, patiently waiting, get that count back into a hitter's count 3-2, and got a fastball 9-0. That's what you're looking for. He's not going to trick you. He gives him the fastball. He puts a nice swing on it. So the Indians with 2 hits in the inning, 1st and 2nd now, and 1 out.
Kipnis takes a look. It's down low. Just missed inside. Kipnis looks, it's outside, 3-0. Francisco Lindor waiting on deck as the Indians try to make some noise here in the 5th inning. Bullseye, 3-0. He gets a strike in there. Over toward the Rangers on deck circle in a full count. Kipnis pulls it to second. Profar to Andrus for 1. Back to first. The double play ends the inning. 5 complete. It's still Texas 9, Cleveland nothing.
Bring the heat weekend against Kansas City. That'll be Friday. You can enjoy dollar dogs, $2 Miller Lite cans, fireworks, and a Subway sunglasses. On Saturday, 12,500 fans will get a 76 throwback jersey, and post-game fireworks will pay tribute to the late David Bowie, Glenn Frey, and Prince. Visit Indians.com for your tickets.
Top of the order for Texas here in the 6th inning. Jurickson Profar leading it off. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. And Ryan Merritt delivers a first pitch for a strike. You know, Rick, going back to that play in the 3rd inning that really changed the complexion of this game. There were 2 outs. Little ball dribbled up the first base line. Tomlin's going to throw to first, end the inning, and keep it a 3-0 game at that point. The throw hits the runner, and the home plate umpire rules no obstruction at the runner.
No interference.
No interference on the runner, and Rangers score a run. They end up adding another. People may be wondering, why didn't Terry Francona challenge that play? It's not a reviewable play, but that brings up the issue of why. And the reason is the plays that are in front of the bases, in front of the umpires, fair, foul, those types of things, they're not reviewable. But that's a play where maybe an umpire needs help. Maybe an umpire needs to go have the opportunity to go look at that.
Maybe that's why Tito maybe ejected, probably asked him, can you ask somebody else for a little help there in that situation? You know, they could change the call if somebody else saw something that they didn't, but they didn't do that. You certainly can't review it, as you said.
But it probably should be. I mean, that's a play where
I
maybe
agree.
they need to, if you're going to have instant replay.
Look, it's not written in stone that they won't change something like that, but that's something what the committee can bring up and ask. Because
that's a play that I think, at least if you have replay to look at it, you can say, hey, look, he's on the inside part of the line when the ball hits.
Well, if you hit a ball down the third baseline, the umpire misses it, you can't review it. Why can't you review that if the guy can miss it?
I agree. I mean, if you have the tool, why make some yeah and some no? That doesn't make sense. Look, we all understand that the commissioner doesn't want the games to drag. We don't want to slow the pace of the game down, but
it already does drag.
If you've got,
when we do it anyway,
if you've got the ability to get the call right by just taking another look at it. The 2-2 is fouled out of play. Ryan Merritt making his major league debut. Gave up a hit to the first man he faced, then got a double play ball and a ground out to end the inning. And now he's got his first major league strikeout as Profar is down on the foul tip, held onto by Gomes. In case you joined us later, you've been in and out. This is the play we're referring to. It's in the 3rd inning. Tomlin, it's a little dribbler. He's got to make the play. And the umpire says no.
It hit him in the back of the head, in the helmet.
But he clearly is on the inside in the throwing lane. And he veered his way into the line. And Terry Francona was ejected by home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez. And look, I'm not trying to offer that that's the reason the score is the way it is, but it certainly did not help matters. 2 down. Our in-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. It started off bad as Ian Desmond, second batter of the game, hit a 2-run homer. They added a run in the 2nd on a sac fly. Then in the 3rd, this was after that blown call. And the Rangers would score 2 in that 3rd and then blew it open on a 3-run homer by Mazzara in the 4th. That came with 2 outs. In fact, all 4 runs in the 4th were with 2 outs. And In all, Tomlin allowed 8 runs, but only 4 of those runs were earned. There was an error in that 4th inning by Juan Uribe that enabled Texas to keep that inning going. But in one of the more bizarre scoring decisions, Uribe was charged with another error because he lobbed the ball over to Tomlin that Josh never saw because it was in the sun. Rangers go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. Ryan Merritt looking sharp in his major league debut.
Memorial Day, Fox Sports honors our fallen warriors. An avid outdoor sportsman, Jonathan Gibson enlisted in the Navy and dedicated himself to becoming a pilot. After being commissioned as an officer, Jonathan joined Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 6 and was deployed to the Middle East. But in 2013, Jonathan was killed when his Nighthawk helicopter went down in the Red Sea. Fox Sports honors Navy Chief Warrant Officer 3, Jonathan Gibson.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Progressive Field, Derek Holland has pitched to Jem. The Newark, Ohio native has allowed just 5 hits. He's only struck out 2, but he's only walked 1 batter, and that was to Lindor with 2 outs in the 1st inning.
Yeah, 3 of those 5 hits came with 2 outs. They got the 2 hits with a leadoff single last inning and another Davis single before he got the ground ball double play to get out of the inning.
This is one of the few night games in baseball. 9 day games already finals around Major League Baseball, including the Cubs, who won again 6 in a row for Chicago. They are now 35-14 on the year as they shut out the Dodgers 2-0 today.
1 hitter in that ball game.
Yeah, I don't know what the story was on that. Travis Wood, if this is right, I got a stat here that said he got the win. He only went 4 innings. So I don't know if that's wrong or if there was. Did he come out of the bullpen in that deal?
Let's see here.
Oh, okay. Jason Hamill started. He left after 2 innings with some kind of an injury. So Wood got the win in relief with 4 solid innings of no-hit baseball. 1 down as Lindor flies to right. In honor of Memorial Day, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Merging Vets and Players, dedicated to ensuring our nation's warriors can be as productive off the field as they were on it by joining combat veterans with former athletes to form a common bond over dedication and teamwork. Visit foxsportssupports.com to learn more. Well, speaking of shutouts, the White Sox woes continue as they've lost 7 in a row now. Shut out by the Mets 1-0 today. They were 2 hit by Matt Harvey in the Mets bullpen.
And Harvey, a guy that's been struggling.
Yeah, he only gave up 2 hits in the 7 innings. Walked 1, struck out 6.
Well, you know what happens. You know, when you start that slide going downward, it's tough to get out of it. And they are in one right now. For a team that a few weeks ago was playing as well as anybody, they're having their struggles. Well, right when we went to see him and to play him, they were the #1 pitching staff in the league at the time.
Fortunes in this game can change in a heartbeat.
You know, they're still overall going into today second as a team, but their bullpen had a rough weekend. Uh-oh.
Mike Napoli launches one deep left, and that is long gone to the home run porch. Napoli's 11th home run of the year gets the Indians on the board here in the 6th. Well, Derek Holland gives up just his 5th home run of the year, but it was a no-doubter to Mike Napoli. You know, you always think down and in being in the left-hander's wheelhouse, but it's also the wheelhouse for one Mike Napoli from the right side.
Yeah, he picked up a curveball down and in yesterday and hit it a ton, as he did this one right here. So he gets him on the board and makes it a 9-1 game.
And Carlos Santana takes a fastball for a strike. Napoli, team best 11 homers, 36 runs batted in. Way outside. Down in the dirt. Boston turned back Baltimore in the Orioles bid to move into a first place tie in the East. The knuckleballer Stephen Wright with a complete game win, allowing just 2 runs on 4 hits to Baltimore. Red Sox winning 7-2.
Knuckleballers, you know, they can mess up on offense. They were swinging the bat pretty well off fastballs in this series before they went home.
In the dirt. Santana dancing out of the way. David Ortiz with his 14th home run of the year in that game for Boston. Wright tied for the league lead with 3 complete games now. As Santana sends one to center, where Ian Desmond makes the catch. 2 away here in the 6th.
Well, you can come out and enjoy Dollar Dogs and post-game fireworks. That'll be Friday night, presented by Wayside Furniture, and then the Indians will take on the Kansas City Royals, and then they must be 21 and over, and you can enjoy $2 Miller Lights in the district from 5 to 7, and then 10,000 fans will get sunglasses courtesy of Subway. Go to Indians.com for your tickets.
Jose Ramirez 1 for 2, looks at ball 1 up high. Collins 2-0 is up high. Edwin Encarnacion, third in the American League in RBIs, has driven in 2 for Toronto, and they lead the Yankees 3-0 in the 4th inning at the Rogers Center. Ramirez draws a 2-out walk, and the Indians keep the inning alive for Juan Uribe. First time we've seen Doug Brocail tonight as he comes out to talk with Derek Holland. Holland closing in on that 100 pitch mark here in the 6th.
Almost seems like a ritual here with 2 outs that an Indians hitter must reach.
Smashed off the side of the mound right to the second baseman Profar. He'll flip it to second for the inning-ending force. Mike Napoli gets the Indians on the board with a homer, but it's 9-1 Texas through 6. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by the Injury Lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud partner of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And by Ford, built Ford tough. Texas with a 9-1 lead. 7th inning. And it will be Beltre, Mazzara, and Moreland due up for Texas.
Well, Merritt in his 3rd inning of relief now. He's done a nice job. He had the leadoff single that he gave up, and then they've been aggressive, and he's gotten everybody else out.
Oh, fantastic play by Francisco Lindor. Did you see the kangaroo hop that ball took? He stayed with it, snared it, and then turned and fired to first to throw him out.
Yeah, big hop off of the dirt it hit, but no big deal. Stay with it. Gets him by plenty.
Got a number of changes defensively for Cleveland. Jose Ramirez is now at second base. Michael Martinez in center. Ronnie Chisenhall in right. Here's Jose. Moves from left field into second base. Marlon Byrd, who started the game in right field, is now over in left. Michael Martinez in center. Ronnie Chisenhall in right. So that's the composition of things now. Juan Uribe will throw out. Nomar Mazar, 2 away.
For Texas, the batter, number 18, Mitch Moreland.
There's Michael Martinez, who's been a very good utility man. Ronnie Chisenhall in right. Mitch Moreland, 0 for 3 in the ballgame.
Well, Merritt's certainly doing something you have to do. Come in here, throw strikes. He's done just that, hasn't he?
He's done a very nice job.
He's been under control. You can know he's not overpowering. He's not trying to do more than he's capable of doing.
That's a long ball to deep left, but Marlon Byrd runs it down. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers. And how about Ryan Merritt? 3 one-hit scoreless innings of relief. And on this Memorial Day, we will pause now for the playing of God Bless America. And the performer is Don Irvin, who did a fantastic job, if you saw it earlier, with the Star Spangled Banner. So we'll step aside now for Don Irvin and the singing of God Bless America.
Defending our freedoms and liberties. Please join Don Irvin in singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
And now, Tribe fans.
The Rangers lead it. And here in the 7th inning, Texas goes to the bullpen for left-hander Cesar Ramos. He'll pitch to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Indians lineup.
This guy was with
Byrd, Yan Gomes, and I believe Michael Martinez.
Was with the Angels last year in 2015, 65 appearances.
Bird swings at the first pitch and sends a high drive deep left to the bleachers for another home run for the Indians. And how about Marlon Byrd? He's a perfect 3 for 3 on the evening, belting his 5th home run of the season. So he greets Ramos with a how do you do. Yellowwood bringing the lumber.
Yeah,
and
down
Bird
and
brought
in.
it.
He didn't just try to get ahead. He's been swinging it well. First time, and he brought the hands in his last at bat, and very quick on this one. On the first pitch thrown from Ramos. So he has 3 of the 7 hits that the Indians have.
Yan Gomes fouls one out of play. Oh man, what a big hook from Ramos. And that is out number 1. Really slows it down at 68 miles an hour. And you don't see a lot of big curveballs like this anymore.
No, you do not. Rich Hill probably has the best one from the left side. He's pitching out in Oakland right now and got his 8th win last night.
Michael Martinez taking over for Rajay Davis. And he lines one over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Michael aboard with 1 out here in the 7th.
Well, bring the heat weekend against Kansas City will continue on Saturday as 12,500 fans will get a 76 throwback jersey, and the post-game fireworks will pay tribute to the late David Bowie, Glenn Frey, and Prince. Visit Indians.com for tickets.
Lonnie Chisenhall with a runner at first and 1 out in the 7th. Breaks his bat, base hit in right field, and Martinez will stop at second base. 3rd hit in the inning for the Indians.
Well, it costs him a bat, but you don't care because you get a base hit. That one finds the hole, so back-to-back singles after 1 out.
Now Francisco Lindor 0 for 2 with a walk. In the 3rd inning, he had a line drive to right field that Mazzara caught to end that inning. In the dirt, nice block by Holiday. Lindor with a chopper right at the shortstop Andrus to Profar. Another double play turned by the Texas Rangers, 2nd in 3 innings. Another home run for the Tribe, but it's 9-2 Texas after 7. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. And we go to the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. 9-2 Texas. That young man's done a fantastic job, Ryan Merritt.
Yes, he has.
Now, he's been a starter in the minor leagues, so the fact that he's been able to go now into his 4th inning, stamina not an issue. But here in his major league debut, he's thrown the ball very well. Chris Gimenez takes over at first base. Merritt gave up a single to the first man he faced, Elvis Andrus, who's batting here to start the 8th. Since then, he's retired every hitter he's faced.
Well, everybody gives up singles to Andrus, at least in this ballpark.
It's foul. And the crowd, look out.
Got a vendor over there almost getting hit.
Grounded towards third. Uribe from near the bag. Long throw, and it's off the mark. A little high, and Gimenez had to backpedal to grab it.
It's going to be another error on Uribe.
You would think so.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 today. See that one? There's nothing you could do there. It brought him off the base.
Sometimes you have so much confidence in your arm that you maybe don't set your feet as well as you could have.
Yeah, he did not there. He tried to throw it on the run.
It is officially the 3rd error on Uribe, but I don't know if we really had a chance to explain that scoring decision back in the 4th inning. But Uribe was charged with an error, and rightfully so, on the ground ball that he misplayed in the 4th. But then they gave him the double whammy. They charged him with another error on a ball he literally just flipped over to Josh Tomlin.
Trying to throw it back to the pitcher.
But because of where Tomlin was standing, he flipped it up in the air, and the ball was right in the sun. Josh couldn't see it, and the ball went right by his glove.
Yeah.
And
he didn't catch it, so they gave the error to Uribe.
And Ryan Merritt gets another double play ground ball. And he starts it by going to Lindor, who goes on to Gimenez for 2 outs. Now watch, this is the play we're talking about in the 4th inning. Now there's the legitimate error, understandable. But now watch, he just lobs it back to Tomlin. But Josh, you can't see the ball.
Yeah, so he doesn't catch it, and that error was charged to Uribe. So that really a little bit unfair. That's just the way the night has gone.
It is.
You know, this is the 4th time that the Indians and the Rangers have met on Memorial Day. And coming into it, Texas was 3-0. You know, on Memorial Day, and it looks like they're going to 4-0.
Well, the interesting thing there isn't so much their Memorial Day dominance, but the fact that the Indians have really owned Texas in recent years. Cleveland came in having gone 14-5 against Texas since the start of the 2013 season. In the air to left. And the center fielder Martinez calls for it, makes the catch. And on 8 pitches, Ryan Merritt blows through another scoreless inning of relief. on top. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Mike Napoli will lead it off. I beg your pardon. Chris Jimenez is leading it off because he came on for Mike Napoli. Chris Jimenez, who was with the Rangers a year ago when they won the West and was with them earlier this year, ended up coming to the Indians now. Looks at that pitch.
Yeah, that slow hook that got away from him right there. That slow spinner that he was able to get Yan Gomes to swing and miss. That one slipped out of the hand.
Now the 1-2. Downstairs, Chris can't say enough good things about Yu Darvish, who the Indians will not have to face in this series. But he said, wow, look out, man. He said he's back, throwing with a lot of velocity. The 2-2. He caught him on a number of his, or at least one of his rehab outings before he was traded over to Cleveland. And of course, Darvish made his first official start the other day and got the win against Pittsburgh. Here is the payoff pitch. It's low, ball 4. Here's our Pat O'Brien play of the game. Before the game began, Mike Napoli's walking around on the field. He's stretching, getting ready, and this woman had a sign. Chemo starts tomorrow. Can I get a hug and a homer? Mike went over, shared a hug, talked to her, signed her sign, and he got the homer as well.
Well done, Nap.
That is awesome. It reminds me, Rick, I don't know if you saw it earlier, maybe a couple months ago. Garth Brooks was doing a concert in Minneapolis, and a woman made her way to the front of the stage, and she had a sign that said, "Chemo tomorrow, Garth Brooks tonight." And Garth had no idea she was there, and he saw the sign out of the corner of his eye, and he was doing his song, The Dance. He stopped mid-performance, walked down to the front of the stage, sat down, took his guitar off, gave her his guitar, gave her a hug, and then got up on stage and talked to the crowd and gave her a pep talk in front of all those people. I mean, it was just one of those spontaneous deals. It was just, I mean, you talk about moving. It was awesome, and it reminded me of that montage we just showed there with Mike Napoli. It's amazing the power athletes and performers have when they've got the platform and the stage to do what they do best. 2 down now for Jose Ramirez.
Well, and the courage of the people that come and you know, go through something like that.
You're not kidding. Well, hopefully she's got a lot of family and friends behind her, and she's got all of our best wishes as well. In the dirt. Cesar Ramos facing Jose Ramirez, who has singled and walked and flied out tonight. Jose was out here before the ball game today, or early this afternoon, doing a lot of work with Brad Mills, working that left field wall. And more than anything, just some of the different spots in the wall, how the ball plays off of it, how it plays off of some of the angles.
Yeah, and that's something you have to do when you're out there playing every day.
Sends a long drive to deep right. Back is Mazzara, and he grabs it on the warning track to end the inning. 8 complete. 9-2 Texas.
Rangers an easy leader right now, 9-2 over the Indians as we welcome you into the corner. Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski, great to have you with us. And Jensen, sometimes a baseball game can change or the trajectory can be accelerated on just one play, and that happened earlier today.
Yeah, certainly did. And on Indians Live, we'll break down for you how that one play really just shifted everything to the Rangers, and ultimately it made Josh Tomlin his first loss.
All right, make sure you join us for that. Indians Live is brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. It's coming up immediately following this one. For now, back to the booth. Here are Matt and Rick with the call in the 9th. Guys,
you guys might still have some sunlight to work with here before this one's all
just
said
a little
and done.
bit. Yeah. Just a little bit, boys.
Fading off to the west as we go to the 9th, and Ryan Merritt has been a real pleasant surprise. I don't want to say surprise. He's just been really fun to watch here tonight in his major league debut. Well, we can't say surprise because we haven't seen him pitch.
Right.
We really know what to expect.
And, you know, early in camp in spring training this year, he was one of the first send-outs, so we didn't really get a chance to see him in action. But you know what? He's done exactly what he's had to do. First of all, you're making your major league debut, and you know you're going to have a few butterflies when you're coming out. I don't care what the score is, but he's been great. A couple double play balls. He gave up a leadoff single to his first hitter. And then after that, man, he has just shut the door. He's been able to, you know, in the 8th inning, they got on with an error, and he proceeded to get the double play just like he did after the single.
And all the cynics will say, yeah, but the score was.
Well, they can say what they want to say.
Still got to go out and execute pitches.
No doubt.
And the Rangers aren't rolling over here. These guys want to put up numbers. It's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Let's take a look back. Merritt gave up a hit to the first man he faced, but he's been able to induce a couple of ground ball double plays.
And you know what? He doesn't throw that hard, but he's been able to get inside on some of the right-handed hitters and bust a bat like that right there. And, you know, Millsy's going to go get him right now. So I'll tell you what a great job by this young man. He pitched very, very well. Look at Millsy's the pat on the back, and he, you know what? Regardless of the score, he did a great job, and they're giving him a nice round of applause.
How about 32 out of 40 pitches with strikes?
Love it.
That's pounding the zone.
Love it. You know what?
Well done, young man.
Yeah, it doesn't go unappreciated because look at his teammates are meeting him right at the top step. Very well done.
Great debut for Ryan Merritt in an otherwise rough day at the yard for the Indians. Timeout in Cleveland. Cody Allen will come on when we come back. Pat on the back, and congratulations from his teammates on his major league debut. And as the 24-year-old goes out and throws 4 1/3 scoreless innings out of the Indians bullpen, picking up a nice job here, picking up everybody in that Indians bullpen. Let's go down to Andre, who has more on Ryan Merritt.
Well, on a tough night, I'm sure Ryan Merritt feels very good about himself. And talking to him over the last couple of days, he's told me, he goes, it's great to be in the big leagues. I was so excited to get here. He goes, but now after I've been here for 3-4 days, I actually want to, do something other than carry that backpack. He goes, I want to show the guys I can actually play up here. So he's been nervous, he told me, but he wanted to get in the game. Sure, he doesn't like the circumstances, but I know he's going to like how it ended at the end of the day.
Well, good for him. You look forward to it. You do. I mean, it's nice to get up here, but you want to perform, man. That's what you're here for. And he certainly performed tonight. 4 1/3 innings, just a 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and no walks.
Well, that's the thing. When you're a bullpen guy, you don't get to pick the circumstances.
Right.
You go when they call you.
Right. You come when called upon.
One out here in the ninth. Cody Allen getting some work here.
He'll be making a lot of phone calls tonight when he gets back to the house,
Sure.
or wherever he's staying, hotel, apartment, whatever.
I didn't realize Cody Allen hasn't pitched.
Yeah, it's been a
5 days. There's a fly ball center field. Nice play by Michael Martinez. How do you like that? Diving to his left, and a fantastic play by the utility man.
He picked it right up off the ground. I got to tell you, Matt, this guy, no matter where you put him, this is going to be our AT&T high-speed replay, and what a catch. And it doesn't matter where you put him, he's not going to embarrass himself. He's made some plays in every position that he has been put on that field, and that's a wonderful play right there. Look at, you see that? You respect that. That's respect right there. That look, believe it or not, he's saying, okay. Well, Desmond's is playing center field. He's going to have to try and take him in the series if he gets an opportunity.
Here's Jared Hoying batting for Prince Fielder. Swung out and missed.
Watch where he starts. He's in right center field. This ball's hitting the left center. He got a great read, a great jump, ran a good angle, and picked it up off the ground. Really a nice play.
I mean, it's not like Michael Martinez has never played the outfield before, but he's just been impressive with his ability to go wherever they throw him out there and hold his own. And, I was talking last inning about Jose Ramirez, who's now in at second base, but started the game in left field. He's been playing a lot of left field, and he was out here early today working that left field wall. And I think the thing that he was working on more than anything, Rick, was there are a couple of spots in that outfield as it turns and goes toward the line. If it hits on one spot of the wall, it'll ricochet straight back to you. If it hits another panel right next to it, it'll shoot back towards center field. And what happened to him yesterday on that play, I think when the bases were loaded, the ball hit that panel and it shot back towards right. And he just wasn't expecting that. So he was out there today trying to work, trying to just see how the ball plays off different spots on the wall. And you know what? You can't do it unless you're out there working on a daily basis.
You work on a daily basis, but the game situations when it dictates. And now he's going to have to realize how far he has to go until he can let that ball get off the wall and come back to him. Sometimes a lot of guys trap themselves, or they go too deep thinking they have a chance to catch a ball when they truly do not.
Lonnie Chisenhall makes the play in right field, and we'll go to the last half of the ninth with the Indians down 9-2. here at Progressive Field. 7, 8, 9 due up for Cleveland. Juan Uribe, Marlon Byrd, and Yan Gomes. And Cesar Ramos, who came on in the 7th inning, yielded a home run to Marlon Byrd. We'll try to finish it out for Texas. That will stay foul. I think one of the storylines here tonight, Rick, and again, maybe because it got away from him so fast that Holland was never in any issue, but the Rangers pitching staff has an ERA of a full run lower on the road than at home. Maybe that's not real surprising because Texas is a ballpark that yields a lot of runs, a lot of offense, but they kind of held their end of the, I mean, the story kind of played itself out here tonight. Derek Holland was very good. His numbers may not have been very good coming in, but he pitched well.
Yeah, yes, it helped, and the early offense, I'm sure, helped him because he felt a lot more comfortable. And everything Texas did tonight ended up dropping, and it was the Tomlin's worst start we've seen in how long? I mean, especially
a long time.
In a really long time. And you know, every once in a while you're going to have a clunker. And you know what, the Indians for the most part have been in every ball game. And these games occasionally they happen, man. You get a blowout, you get a laugher, and it goes against you. You know what? It's one loss. You know what? You put it aside. You say forget about it. You come back tomorrow and let's go back to work. You still got 2 games in the series, and you're going to go out and try and win it. These games happen occasionally, not often here.
And I know one play shouldn't.
One play didn't do it.
But I would have been curious to see how the game would have been different if that call wouldn't have been made in that 3rd inning, or not made, as the case probably should have been. Juan Uribe with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 9th. Recapping our keys to the game, brought to you by Mazda. There wasn't so much Beltre, it was everybody else around him. Ian Desmond, my goodness.
Yeah, he swung
the ball early.
Yes, he sure did. He spotted him early, and again, Andrus had a good night. And look, they had 11 hits, 9 runs, and they all came in the first 4 innings.
And the Indians didn't have a base runner with fewer than 2 outs until the 5th. And by that time, it was already 9-0.
Yeah, the horses were already out of the barn.
Marlon Byrd, perfect night, 3 for 3. Homered his last time up. Now he smacks one toward the field, and he's on a 4 for 4.
Keep him hot. That's what you like to see, man. You get an opportunity. I know it's a little route, but he went up and hit it hard again, so he gets his 4th hit tonight. Let's take a look at him. His first one was a double. Shoot it down the right field line with 2 outs. Next one, base hit. Nice swing. Next one was a dinger. First pitch from Ramos coming in, and this one here, a nice line drive stroke. So he has 4 hits. Very good.
I can't say that I've ever seen Marlon take a big swing. Everything, he's so short.
It was very compact, right. And he let the hands do the talking today.
Yan Gomes checks. He did not go. Gomes flied to right to end the 2nd. Lined out the deep right in the 5th. Struck out his last time up. When you're having the kind of year that Yan is having, sometimes it must feel like there's 15 guys out there defensively. And even when you barrel one up and hit it hard, it's right at somebody. Uribe at 2nd, Byrd at 1st. And Ramos delivers. And a slow chopper towards short. Cut off by Andrus, goes to 2nd for 1. On to 1st. Another double play for Texas. Now the Rangers have turned more double plays than anybody, and now I understand why.
Yeah.
4 in the ball game tonight, 3 straight innings. You know, sometimes, Rick, that's one of those stats that, I don't know, sometimes I suppose it could be misleading because if you've turned a lot of double plays, it means you've had a lot of base runners.
Yeah.
But that's now 71 double plays turned by the
right?
Rangers. There's nobody even close to them in that category.
Well, I can see why.
The closest
they play this
team,
their 51st game, and they have 71, you said?
Yeah. The closest team to them coming into today with 54 was Detroit and Oakland, both with 54. 70.
Yeah, incredible. That's 2 for the price of 1. That's a nice buy right there.
Martinez pops it up, and this will do it. Moreland makes the catch, and the Texas Rangers in convincing fashion take the series opener by a final score of 9-2. The Rangers will stay in first place in the AL West as they go to 30-21, a season best 9 games over 500, while the Indians now fall to 26-23 on the year. Winning pitcher Derek Holland, he's 4-4. The loss to Josh Tomlin, his first of the year. He is now 7-1. Well, there's not much left to say. I think we've pretty much covered everything that happened here tonight.
Yeah, there's not much to say. You know what? You got a butt kicking tonight, and it's okay. The Texas Rangers have been playing well. There's not much you can do. They got them early. They got them often. So you know what you do? You take it, you go in there, and you come back tomorrow. You got Kluber on the mound for you, and going against Colby Lewis, and you suit up and you get ready to go tomorrow. It's another 6 o'clock game, and you got to win the next 2 to win the series. It's simple as that.
I think the one thing we'll leave with tonight, the one real positive thing, was Ryan Merritt,
absolutely,
in his major league debut with 4 1/3 innings, a 1-hit shutout.
Congratulations to Ryan. Nice job, kid. Way to go.
For Rick Manning and Andre Knott, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. We'll greet you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock with Indians Rangers Part 2. Stay tuned for Indians Live with Al and Jensen. It's coming up next.